I met Marcy when I was a freshman in high school, and she was kind of my first non-high school, more competitive team coach. And I had known of her because when I was a student here at the high school, I saw her picture up on the wall as an Olympian. And so I was in awe that, here I was with an alum from my high school as my competitive coach who was also an Olympic athlete. I thought that was really cool.
I remember watching you play in a field hockey play day at Davis when you were a senior in high school, and I don't believe you'd ever gone to San Jose field hockey camp. Tried to get you to go there because I was recruiting for actually a school across the bay, but then I lost that job, but I wanted Donna Fong, your coach, to go see you and watch you play, but it didn't happen. You just came to Cal all on your own good smarts.
Carla discovered you first, but I crossed my fingers for you, and by the time you got to junior and senior year, I knew you were going to be a really top-notch player.
Hey, Marcy and I met in 1979 when I arrived on campus here as a sophomore, and I had the great privilege to become a teammate, and I was terrified of Marcy at that time.
She was very tall, very striking, very smart, articulate, and she carried that presence onto the field. And in fact, I think when she became the center halfback of the team, you could feel it. It was powerful, and she exerts a kind of a powerfulness that can be very intimidating.
But the one thing that makes Marcy kind of special is after you get through the first part with her presence, she has this sense of humor, and she can laugh at herself. And it's just really funny to see Marcy, whoops, I made a mistake or something like that.
I don't think there was ever a practice where I don't recall her laughing a lot. She has this big laugh and a huge smile, and just always, even in the moments of competitiveness, she was always smiling. And so it was a great balance between the love of the sport, being competitive, and just having fun.
She's very comfortable in her skin with who she is, and she likes to take on new things. And she had kind of this attitude that, well, of course we can.
I think the team really respected Kim and Marcy, who were the leaders. And they loved them so much that they wanted to play a trick on them. And one of the best tricks that they ever did was after a game in cheat code, the kids stole Marcy and Kim's clothes. And all they left on the locker bench was Batman and Robin.
Outfits.
And so they had to put them on and go home in those costumes, right?
Yes. No. We
That was
played
a
practical
great,
jokes all the
that
time.
was a great fun thing.
Let me guess. I mean, I wasn't here, but I'm guessing Marcy was Batman and you were Robin.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
And I have notified the Olympic Committee that with Soviet invading forces in Afghanistan, neither the American people nor I will support sending an Olympic team to Moscow.
It was devastating, as I recall, to Cheryl and to Marcy,
Yep.
and they had to resolve to stay in for another 4 years. And that made the fact that they actually won a bronze medal all the more sweet in 1984. Most of us were there watching in LA in 1984. And I was impressed that she stayed around for yet another quadrennium in her role. By then she was a team leader and a significant player worldwide, and was sort of one of the faces of USA hockey.
So that's a lot of years to continue to do that and try to, also be an independent adult. She was not living on her parents' money. So these kind of jobs that companies offered were helpful, but they weren't the end all. So, she was living, it was tough. It was very tough.
She was on a national program where she went east
That's right.
for several months every year, and sometimes even had jobs there. But sometimes when she came back, she had time. She was actually an assistant coach for me at Ohlone Community College all the time when she was still trying to train and keep in shape and everything for these trips that she would take back east for 3, 4, sometimes 6 months.
For her to stay for essentially 3 Olympic Games, given what Kim just detailed in terms of the hardship in it, was very impressive.
She likes working with kids and people with this passion. And it could be coaching, it could be teaching. I don't know, it could be CPR. I'd rather not. She might break my ribs. But
We were at a tournament where we were trying to be selected for the next step of the Olympic development process, and she came to me before our last day of games, and she said, "Do you want to do you want to keep playing? Do you want to go to the next level? And it was all I wanted, and I think she knew that. And she said, you know, you're doing okay in this tournament, but you're not at your best. And she told me what I needed to do to be better. And she said, if you do these things in the next few games, I will go into that selection meeting and I will stand up for you, and I'll get you on that team because you deserve it.
She's probably smarter than all of us here, too.
I'm not sure
But
about that.
but she doesn't lord over you with it. She just uses it to manipulate us
You're
in
building
very
brownie
positive
points.
ways.
The fact that she was willing to go to bat for me in that situation, it was the first time I felt like a coach thought I had that much potential, and it was really, it meant a lot to me. And it wasn't you deserve to go, I'm going to go stand up for you. It was, you need to do these things first, and if you show me that you can do that, then I'll go ahead and get you on that team. And I ended up getting selected.
It's not like she's had to really think about how to continue to affect programming and the game since she finished playing. It just comes to her naturally. And I was at a Hall of Fame dinner a couple of weeks ago where her team was inducted into the USA Hall of Fame. She's already been inducted into the USA Hall of Fame as a player. She's been inducted here to the Cal Hall of Fame, now Davis, and I think to Donna's point earlier, let's hope there's not a middle school and an elementary school, but we'll be there. But it comes to her naturally. It's really inspirational. It's great.
She's inspiring. She makes you want to do better. And I think because she's always trying to do her best, and you feel like you can do better when you're around her. No matter what you're doing, it doesn't matter.
Good luck, good health, all the fun and the greatest to you for the rest of your life.
Go Cal, go Marcy.
It's been my joy to know you, and I hope it keeps on going for a long, long time.
Congratulations on this Hall of Fame induction. I look forward to the next one. It's been a joy following you along the way. I can't wait to chase you over the hill in Glacier National Park.
The program here is so honored to have you amongst this year's inductees. So congratulations on this fantastic accomplishment.